Hello, YouTube. How we doing today? What's going on, everybody? Hello and welcome back to the Feedback Loop Arcade. With me this evening is writer, YouTuber, and podcast host Claire Weaver, a.k.a. 8-Bit Terror.
AKA the taker of whiskey already.
Wait, what? You've taken my whiskey away?
No, I took mine.
Oh.
And hello, everyone. And with me tonight is gamer, YouTuber, and big nerd, Spornicus Rex.
This
Hello.
guy.
This guy. That guy. Hi, everyone.
Hey, what's up? Let's say hello to
Hi.
everyone. Check it out. Jer Bear, first one in the chat. Jeremy
Hey,
McGee.
Jabba.
My brother from another mother. What's up, buddy? And Rhett Mazel. Hey, welcome.
Rhett.
Hey, welcome in. Will Giles is with us.
Hey, Will.
James Guan.
James.
Hey, I'm on the bog, but I'll be with you soon. Yeah. All right. Well, just check in with us when you're done filing that paperwork, bud. And is that everybody? No,
Nope.
Ryan Alsop.
Oh, Ryan. And
What's
Heidi.
up, brother? And Heidi. Did I miss Heidi?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Heidi. Hello.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Heidi.
Yeah, there she is. Hi. Okay, I think that's everybody that's with us right now. We might as well get started. The gang's all here.
Do you want your whiskey?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, that's a lovely thing.
Yet again, my nails look like trash. I was going to paint them earlier, and then we got invited on a motherfucking boat.
Party boat.
Party
Yeah,
boat.
yeah.
Like, just out of nowhere.
Literally, like, our neighbor was like, hey, man, we're going out on a party barge. You want to come with us? I was like, so the correct answer to that question is always, fuck yeah. I mean, but it was midday for us. We kind of already had planned. We had our afternoon sorted. Like, it was almost time for the kiddo's nap. We were going to put the kiddo down for a nap. We'd already had lunch. You know, it was kind of an awkward time. And like, dude, it's fucking hot here, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I don't know if I want to go sit on like the deck of a boat in the sun all day. I don't know, man, because I didn't know what the guy's boat was like. But
I've never really been on a boat before.
yeah, you're not much
never
of a
done
get
that.
out on the water kind of gal.
I don't
are
like
you?
water.
Yeah, understood.
People who watch my streams know
No,
I
yeah,
do not like
I sometimes
water.
have to take over the controls when you're doing underwater bits in games. Yeah, I've
Yep.
done that before.
Yep.
But yeah, so it was like, it's still the correct answer is, well, fuck yeah, man. So we were like, yeah, let's go. And we had a blast. It was an amazing fucking time. It's actually what inspired this episode's topic, just summer fun.
Which you didn't change on the screen. It still says episode
I
11.
haven't. Hang on, I think I can do
You
that.
can do that
I think I
live.
can do that real time. Yeah, hang on. What we're looking for is up here, this input. It's oh shit, which one is it? I'll find it.
Banner? No.
Actually, this right here, just do it that way. There, now I know which one it is. No, that's not correct.
No, that's right. Yeah.
It's
do
just
it.
not
And then
labeled
go
correctly.
properties.
So it's just not labeled correctly.
Yeah.
I see. So what we're gonna do? Yeah. Hey, check it out. I figured it out.
We get to see this change in real
Yeah,
time.
it should actually update right before your
Hey.
eyes. And next is it already done it? I haven't even hit
Yeah.
enter yet. Wow. What we want to do is summer fun.
And obviously, childhood is kind of the theme of the layout in here. I was like, summer fun. What do I have? I don't know. And just like found a bunch of like Lego stuff and a snake. Because, summer is a time for being outdoors and a time for snakes.
I mean, and playing indoors with Lego and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's like always the right time.
Before we get into it, the paranoid part of me just wants to know, can you hear me okay? And can you hear Rex okay? Just let us know that we're both coming through.
Yeah, our levels are showing good.
Yeah.
But, we never really know. Judah! Hey, man.
Oh, hey, Judah.
Yeah, come on in, bud.
I see Will has been having some problems with his
no.
puppies.
Yeah,
With
I
it-
see that.
She had a clogged milk
Nursing
duct
problems. Oh, bummer,
and
man.
got sick. Oh, ooh. What is that called? There's a word for that.
I'm not aware.
When I was breastfeeding, it was like it was a big fear of getting whatever it's called.
Mhm. Yeah, I can tell you that it is a thing to be aware of, but not necessarily. Much
Hey,
more
Heidi
than that.
says she hears us both.
Sweet.
Rhett says no, we can't hear you at all.
So yeah, it was a killer fucking day, man. We decided to go in and go out on the boat, and it was great, dude. There's it's actually a man-made Reservoir, right?
Yeah.
Is that
What did you just
I
say?
believe she said-
Reservoir.
Reservoir?
Reservoir.
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 It sounds like saying res of war.
That is what I said. REZOFWAR. Reservoir.
Mastitis. Thank you, Jeremy.
That's
yes,
the one.
Mastitis.
Yeah. There's our in-house nurse. Yeah. Thanks, bud.
Dr. Jeremy.
Dr. Jerbear. Oh, I want to watch that show. Whatever the fuck that show is, I want to watch it. Dr. Jerbear.
Well,
I want to watch that.
There's a Dr. Panda, which my kiddo was obsessed with, which is actually, I have this whole like kind of headcanon for it. So it's about this panda who lives in a town of various animals. There's an elephant, there's a raccoon, there's a hippo, I forget who else. And every episode, he's like a doctor, like he has a doctorate. So in the opening scene, you see him with a little scholar cap on. And every episode, he tries out a new profession. So he goes to work with the hippo, who's a builder, and he tries to build a house. Or he goes to work at the mail office, or he's a tour guide, or whatever. And everyone's like really, nice. And it's for very little children. It's for like 2-year-olds.
Little ones.
Little children.
Sure.
So it's very
Okay, gotcha.
gentle. But I had this headcanon that because there's some little history where there was a panda who founded the town. And so I like to think that like his dad is like the mayor or something. And it's like nepotism. And he's just like this trust fund kid who's just like
Wanders around town, fucking shit up everywhere, doing whatever he wants to.
Yeah, just like, today I just want to like run the fire station. And
That's
everyone's
my
like,
job now.
no.
This is my job now. No,
And
this
like,
is my job now.
yeah, his dad
My
comes
dad
in.
owns the fire station.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my job now.
And it's like, oh, okay. Everyone's too scared to like say no to him.
Like, yeah, we will run you out of town.
No one can do business in this town unless you hire, air quotes, Dr. Panda.
So there's the premise for your show, Dr. Jerbear.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't care what the show is about. I want to watch a show called Dr. Jerbear.
I'd like to watch it if it was like a massively like R-rated adult show.
Oh,
Like something, not
my
X-rated,
goodness.
but
Not
like,
X-rated.
kind
but
of like
R-rated.
Deadpool level. Of like, it's witty
Completely
and it's
irreverent.
violent,
Yeah.
irreverent,
Yeah.
lots of swearing.
Neat. But
And it
still,
has this-
but still actually kind of lighthearted and has a good message to the movie itself.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay. Fair enough.
I like the idea that Dr. Jerbear is like a cutesy name, but he's actually like, he's a doctor who has a severed head from a stuffed toy bear that's like dripping red stuffing
Oh my
out
God.
from
Wait,
under its neck.
What
I don't know.
conversation are we having?
I don't know.
Are we having the same
I'm
conversation?
trying to put a spin on it. So it's not. We need
goodness.
to. We need to separate. I'm a writer. We
You
need
are
to
a
separate.
horror writer. You need
I'm
to
a horror
specify
writer.
you are a horror writer.
Yes, and we need to separate it from Dr. Panda. How do you do
needs to
that?
be
You go
completely
completely the
different.
opposite.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I thought we were just going to completely plagiarize it with just different characters.
Dr. Jerbear.
Yeah.
Dr. Jerbear.
So anyway,
Tell
welcome,
us,
Jeremy.
What will you be doing today?
Oh, God. She watches way too many kids' shows, man.
Still remember. I haven't seen the show in a year, and I still
You
remember
still know the fucking
tune.
theme song. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Oh, poor thing. Hey, we need to say hello to Gomer Black Magic. Hello.
Gomer.
Hello. What's up, man?
Hello,
Welcome in,
Gomer.
buddy.
I like the Judah
Yeah,
said that you sound like Kratos.
Yeah. Oh, is that from the game?
What?
Is that a line that's delivered in the game?
No,
Judah.
just
okay.
that Judah in the chat said that you sound like Kratos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With that deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did my Kratos voice.
Yeah.
Boy. That's the only line I know from the game. I haven't played it. Gotcha.
So we had a fun summer day.
yeah.
That is the point of this episode. Is we had some
No, some Fummer
fun-
Day. That's the title now, Some Fummer.
the whiskey, the heat.
Oh,
it's already
God,
getting
yeah.
to me.
It was hot. Like, it was really nice on the boat because, like, I was saying, one of my concerns was I didn't want to sit, like, out in the open on a lake in a boat, you know. I didn't know what our neighbor's boat was like. And it has a really nice proper canopy over, like, the cabin area of it. So you can actually sit there and be in the shade if you like. Or
I did. I stayed in the
we
shade.
did, yeah, somewhat. Yeah, I got
You
in the
didn't.
water.
You
yeah,
got
I got in the wa-
sunburned.
I got in the water with the kids, man. I had to. Splashing around in the water is fucking great. We had a blast. But yeah, we saw an eagle. We saw a bald eagle. The awesome thing I was going to tell about the reservoir.
Yeah, the Res of War.
The Res of War.
Oh yeah. Can I tell the bit about
Which bit do you want to tell?
the how it was made?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because that's relevant. I was going to start with that and then go to what we saw while we were there. What our neighbor pointed out to us.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, you can tell that part. You start with that.
Yeah. So we live in a town called Pueblo in Colorado, and there was a town nearby called Swallow.
Swallows, I believe.
Swallows. Now
with
there
an S.
are a lot
Two
of
S's.
swallows around. It's a bird.
Wait, what? Oh,
But it's also,
a bird.
a bird.
A proper bird.
Like a booby. That's the type of bird. And a tit.
She just damn near made me spit whiskey out my nose, man.
That would be painful.
Motherfucker.
The blue-footed booby. Anyway. So there's a town nearby, or there was a town nearby called Swallows, and it was a small farming community.
Mm-hmm.
And on the river, there's the Arkansas
That's
River
right.
comes
Arkansas
through the
River
town.
goes right through there, yeah.
And they decided that they needed a reservoir for the city of Pueblo,
Mm-hmm.
and that the best place to build it would be
Right there on the river.
where this town is located. So in the town of Swallows, they basically just, I assume they told everyone to leave, and then flooded it. They just built a dam and went, yep, no, this is a reservoir now. And it's still there. Under the water. We
Yeah, the whole
we
town.
sailed over it.
The whole town, yeah.
The whole town. There are trees that
There was a
used
graveyard, too.
Wait, we'll get to that. There were trees sticking up out of the water that used to be in people's houses and
like
their
your
gardens.
backyard and shit.
Yeah,
the
like the tree in your
yeah.
backyard. Yeah, that's now
That's under a lake
underwater.
now. Mostly under a lake.
Yeah. So that was cool. And there used to be a cemetery there, and they actually moved the bodies because they didn't want them to, float.
Mm-hmm.
So they did move those, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's like this really cool reservoir, really large, really awesome because it sort of
Yeah,
follows
it's actually
like
really
the
nice. Yeah.
follows the natural topography.
Yeah, of
they
the
didn't
river,
really
yeah.
have to do much to it. They just built a dam and flooded an area.
Oh, damn.
And then around the edge of the lake, do you want to say the thing that they've got?
Yeah, so we're right just east of the Rocky Mountains. So it's really interesting geography here. It's a really cool, rocky ridges, and it's kind of like a desert landscape, but there's rocky ridges and lots of really awesome wildlife here. For example, they have built eagle perches along the sides of the reservoir. So all along certain parts of it that are kind of high enough up, they're kind of cliffs that are up high enough, they've built these, it's a fucking post with like a full-size warehouse pallet nailed to the top of it. And these eagles will get up there and build their nest, and their nests are so fucking big, they take up like the whole pallet. It's awesome, though. We actually got to see a bald eagle up on one of its nests. It was just sitting there chilling like, yeah, I'm fixing to eat that motherfucker right there. And what do? He's just going to swoop down like T-Rex there and just eat your ass. Ain't nothing you can do, man. But yeah.
Judah was asking what's with the T-Rex.
Oh, that's my stunt double.
No, that's Rexy.
Oh.
This is your...
Avatar on this plane?
Yes.
All right, fair enough. That's my avatar on this plane of existence. Rawr.
Indeed. Yeah, we have this little setup here, this little stage, and we like to put things. It's the whiskey cam, so we have our whiskey in there, like that, and we like to put some little relevant props. Usually, the T-Rex makes an appearance, and then whatever else is kind of relevant. And I just grabbed some stuff quickly. We have the snake because we were by the lake, and out in the area, all along the side of the reservoir. The Res of War. There are
You mocking the way I talk?
No, I'm celebrating it.
Oh, okay.
It's really rocky kind of sandy terrain. I don't really know how to
Yes.
It's very dry.
Yeah, it's like desert terrain, I would say, yeah.
And apparently there are tons of snakes, rattlesnakes, and what was the other one? Like a
Bull snake.
bull
Yeah,
snake
he said
and a
bull
racer snake or something.
Bull racer or something. He said the bull snakes you actually avoid them, but do not like kill them. Like if you like,
Yeah, they're good
you know,
snakes.
don't go out and kill them or whatever, because they kill rattlesnakes. They're like their natural prey is rattlesnakes. That's as it was explained to us by locals. Like I don't fucking know, but he really sounded like he knew what he was talking about. And I know they get out and do stuff. They go hiking and stuff like that. So
Can you explain this?
okay, so the Lego, one of our favorite activities in this house. All four of us, Claire, myself, Claire's kiddo, my kiddo, we love Lego. It's something we all do. And
Fuck yeah, Lego's cool.
Word,
Lego's cool as shit.
word. So we will sit around at the dinner table after dinner sometimes, just chilling, building little Lego pieces and stuff. And sometimes they'll go by the book and build like actual like little fucking houses and cars and construction vehicles and stuff. Crazy stuff, man. And sometimes we'll just sit there and freestyle it. Well, Claire's kiddo he wanted. All right, y'all may have seen pictures of our living room on the Discord. Have we ever put a picture of like your bookshelf up on the Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. So on our Discord, you'll see her bookshelf, and she's got this massive bookshelf, takes up the whole wall, and there's all kinds of like wicked shit and cool books and stuff. And little man wanted to build a storybook to put on mommy's shelf. That was like his thing. He was digging in the Legos. I know, dude, I'm kind of tearing up. It's fucking adorable.
So cute.
But he said,
And I love that he loves my bookshelf because it's filled with some
so
weird,
much cool stuff.
Weird shit.
Yeah, I was going to say cool, but yeah.
I collect skulls and
A collector of dead things.
dead things.
I am a collector of dead things.
I do have a few dead things. A lot of like insects and bones and skulls and stuff like that. I have weird shit. I mean, the stuff that he doesn't understand yet, but one day I'm going to have to hide things. Like I have a collection of books about the Marquis de Sade.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, yeah, the one that was like gruesome murders or some shit. I'm like, yeah, put that up. Yeah.
I have like, murder books and...
Purely for research purposes. She is an author.
Also fun.
Entertainment, yeah.
I have books about demons and demonology and witchcraft and the occult and all sorts, anything dark and weird and scary. I have that. I have so much weird shit, but he doesn't know that because he's only 3. So he just loves the idea that I have all these books, and I accidentally let him read the other day. He picked up a book that's about horror movies, and I didn't think it had any pictures in it. So he was just like pretending to read it. And he got to the page where it had a still from a horror movie. Fortunately, it was like a sort of a 60s or 70s horror movie. And the blood on the woman's face was just like red paint looking. And he was like, "Mommy, what does she have on her face?" And it's like this woman who's like obviously this actress pretending to be dead, covered in, fake blood. And I was like, oh, she's surprised because she has red paint on her. Let's choose a different book to read, please. Let's not read that one anymore. Oh my gosh. So yeah, he loves to read. He loves my stories. He loves his storybooks, and he loves that I have a lot of books, but we have to be careful with which ones he reads, which ones he actually touches. But this morning he wanted to build a bunch of houses. So he built this little one here. He actually built that himself, and he put it up on the bookshelf so that we could preserve it and not play with it. It's like he built like 5. He built a house for me, a house for himself, a house for Rex, a house for Spawn of Rex, and one for his daddy, and like put them all up on the bookshelf so that we could like preserve everything. And then he came to you. I think I went to go, I don't know, clean my teeth or something, and you were playing with him for a few minutes. And
we were sitting there playing Lego, as one does.
Yeah, he asked you, can we build a storybook to go on Mommy's shelves? Yeah. And what is this that you built? Explain this construction.
So there's 2 comments in the chat that I have to respond to. One is Ryan is asking, well, do you have a copy of the Necronomicon?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're looking at there was my poor attempt at making a face for a copy of the Necronomicon, because we were going to put he wanted to put a storybook on Mommy's shelf. I was like, yeah, we can build a storybook. I'll just slap some thin pieces together, and you've got pages, and I'll put a couple of big thin pieces together, and you've got a cover for the book. Hey, check it out. We got the spine of a book right here. All right, let's put a face on it. What are we going to put on the face of the Necronomicon. Let's put a face on it and make it the Necronomicon from like the Army of Darkness movies,
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Evil Dead 1, 2.
So that
Army of Darkness.
I wasn't able to pull it off, but like the 2 red dots are supposed to be like his eyes, and the black half circles down around the bottom around the bottom are supposed to be like wicked teeth and shit. And I couldn't figure a way to like make a nose or something where it like looked like a face. My thing is cars and trucks and airplanes. That's what I build. Oh, yes, she does have a copy of the Necronomicon, of course. So
Yeah, it was hard to show that.
that's a big-ass book, too.
It is.
So also, let's see, I'm sorry, who was it that said, imagine a Days Gone?
Oh, yeah, that was Judah, I think.
Judah? Was it Judah saying about the Days Gone? Show him the drifter bike. That's a little bit low.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Vroom, vroom.
It's just one of the bikes, but you put
Yeah.
saddlebags on it. But my kiddo actually really likes Days Gone. And
does, yeah.
whenever he sees me playing it, he wants to go get this little bike and put a little figure on it and say, look, Mommy, it's Deacon.
Yeah, he knows all about that shit. And then show him my little guy on a gyrocopter.
Yeah, this is a Rex special.
That's my thing. I build cars and trucks and planes and
This doesn't spin. I thought that was
rockets. Yeah, it's not great construction. I was working with the pieces I had. You know.
Oh, no.
He's gonna crash, man. Oh shit.
I broke it.
Did he walk away from the landing? Was it a good landing?
Yeah, he's Harrison Ford. He's fine.
Nate.
Oh, no, I broke it again. Really doesn't stay on very well.
Yeah, it's literally just like one peg that holds the rotor on, so he's not great. Anyway.
So,
All right, so yeah, that's the 2 comments I saw that I just had to respond to. Yes, we do have a copy of the Necronomicon. I tried to make one out of Lego, and yes, we have a Days Gone drifter bike, if that counts. And I have a picture of my fiance sitting on the Days Gone drifter bike in the studio of
your fiance? Who's that?
in the
Oh, wait, that's me.
lobby of Bend Studio in Oregon.
Fuck yeah.
In Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Kind of, a little bit.
That's like
The look on my face, I'm like,
God.
I've never looked so nerdily, just like mind blown and happy and yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
Would you like some more whiskey, babe?
No, ma'am.
Oh, I kind of chugged mine pretty
did,
fast.
Yeah, no, I'm still nursing on mine.
All right. So the topic for this evening is summer fun. Obviously, as we were saying, we had a fun time today, but we wanted to talk a little bit about childhood, which is why we have the childish toys here, in the whiskey can. So let's talk about summer childhoods. In the UK, where I grew up, we don't have long summers like you do here, like off school, like 3 months off school.
A
We have
long
6
break
weeks.
from school. I see.
We have 6 weeks, which is still crazy long. But yeah, I have such fond memories of summer holidays, as we call it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember like specific things we do. We didn't go to the lake. My parents weren't rich. I grew up pretty poor. Certainly my early childhood, my parents did not have much money at all. So we weren't the kind of, we go in summer and blah, 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 or anything like that. But we were able to drive to France. That was a big thing. You can drive from an island to France.
Yeah, right.
Which is kind of cool. We'd catch a ferry. You'd get up stupid
right.
early, drive down to Dover or wherever Folkestone.
Bend over?
No. Catch a ferry, like put your car on the ferry and go across. It's like an hour and a half. And then we drive all the way to the south of France. It takes like 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a proper road trip.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then we'd spend like a week, in the south of France or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
See, that's one thing. Y'all have real fucking vacations
yeah.
in the UK, man.
Yeah,
You
we
have real
do.
fucking vacations.
Oh my God. I miss that so much. I miss cheap travel.
Yeah.
I miss being able to drive to another country.
Hop in the car, go to another country. I mean, we could go
we
to
could go to
We could go to Mexico or Canada, but either one of those is a long fucking drive.
Right, right. And not really. I mean, you wouldn't really drive to Canada for a summer vacation necessarily.
Maybe Mexico, Cancun, stuff like that, down to the coast.
Maybe, but you
Yeah.
probably more
Padre
likely to
Island type stuff.
fly. But anyway,
Anyway,
the thing
yeah,
about the
we
south of
digress.
France is very kind of just rural and quaint. It's not touristy. There's still touristy things, but it's like it's pretty quaint and pretty just quiet. Like one time we stayed, I think it was in the Dordogne, and there was like a river that goes through there. And I remember rather than being at the beach, we would be by the river. And it was this wide, slow river with these big ass rocks, like pebbles, like underneath the water.
Damn.
And I had a snorkel, like the proper mask and
yes,
snorkel.
you can get down under the water and check out the rocks. And
Well,
shit.
I would just lay on my what we call a lilo, what do you call it? Like a
like a long
long bed.
chair, like
like an inflatable thing you put in a pool.
Oh yeah, we
What do you call that?
Oh, goddamn, what? Just
Like
a
an-
float. We just called it a float.
like
yeah.
an air bed, but
Yeah.
for the pool.
Yeah,
like
we just call
a
them a float. Yeah.
And I would lie on that, but with my head in the water, breathing through the snorkel, and I would just like, it was such shallow water, I could literally put my hands on the floor and just like push myself up and down. I would spend hours just going up and down.
Just driving around with your face in the
just
water.
with my face in the water, breathing through my snorkel with
Yeah.
my big, the big mask on.
Oh yeah, right. on.
And just like looking at the rocks and like
That's fucking
seaweed,
killer,
or not
yeah.
even seaweed, just like river weeds, whatever
Mm-hmm.
there would be. Just really cool things like that, and just lazy summer activities. And I want to hear in the chat, you guys in the chat, I want to hear from you. What did you do? What was your childhood summer like?
Yeah.
What is a quintessential childhood summer for each of you?
Yeah, what is that? What does a quintessential summer look like for you from where you're from?
Yeah.
So like,
what about you?
yeah, for me, I mostly grew up in the woods of East Texas. We would mostly get out and run around. There was a lot of pasture land and a lot of like farms and woodland type areas. Really deep old forest if you go out far enough. And I loved running around doing stuff like that. Not necessarily doing anything, just running around fucking off,
Right.
playing cowboys and Indians and, cops and robbers and shit, And we did go to the lake quite a bit. There were several really nice places we could go. There was a place that had natural hot springs. There were
Ooh.
hot springs and cold springs in the same lake.
Did they wait? What?
Yeah, I know, right?
Did they smell like sulfur?
Not at all. No.
Oh.
And no, the water. I don't recall the water having I don't think it was like that type of hot spring. It was coming up from a vent somewhere that was just warmer or whatever. But I don't pretend to know the science behind it. But it was really nice because you could you could find a patch of like cooler water and sit there and cool off, or sit there in some warm water and just sit there and relax or whatever. Or you could go out in the lake and have a proper swim. It was really deep lake. I don't recall, but it was like a proper fucking lake. And there were like diving platforms out in the lake, so like buoys. So
Oh,
you could,
that's
like,
cool.
Yeah, so like you could swim out to the buoys, and that's what they were there for.
Have you've never read Stephen King's The Raft, have you? I'm sorry to ruin this. Anyone who's read it is like, oh my God, why would you bring that up?
I don't recall having read it.
The Raft is
Not by
it's
title.
pretty much what you're describing, like a beautiful lake. 4 teenagers swim out to a little floating dock, and there's this weird, it's described as kind of like an oil slick that is aware, and it hunts them.
Oh,
And
yes.
It like consumes them
Stings,
if they're
yeah.
in the water, and just like dissolves them. And one of the guys gets pulled through the gap between
Yeah,
the boards
remember that.
on the raft.
Yeah.
And it's horrifying.
Why did we start talking about that?
Because you mentioned rafts on the water, and I was like, ooh, Stephen King.
But why did we start talking about that?
You were talking about the lake with the hot spring and the cold spring,
Okay.
and the diving platforms.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. So that was fun.
Heidi says, summer vacation, 8 weeks. Grew up spending most of the summer at our family cabin in the mountains, swimming in the nearby lake, fishing, climbing in trees, picking blueberries. That brought back memories
awesome.
to me. That sounds amazing. The end of summer, blackberry picking season in the UK. Like, I remember going with my mom on like a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, or even in the morning sometimes. We just drive out to just a country road nearby, like whatever roads are nearby, and we just keep an eye out for blackberry bushes.
Mm-hmm.
and you just stop by the side of the road and
Just
just
wild
literally
blackberries, yeah.
go into the
Right
hedgerow
on, yeah.
and just pick a bunch of blueberries. And we'd come home, and then my mom would make blueberry pie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful because they're spiky.
Yes,
brambles,
it's a
they're
briar bush. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we have wild blackberries around, certainly around East Texas. I don't know where else they grow around there, but yeah, we had them there. So I have memories of doing that too. That's wild, man.
James says, I kind of had two different
Yeah,
childhoods, first in China, then in England. What was, I want to know, what was the typical Chinese childhood or summer? And then what was it like in England for you?
Yeah, I was going to ask. I think you've told us before, but I don't recall. How old were you when y'all left China? As I don't remember. Like, what were you? Were you like a little kid or like an adolescent or what? I don't recall now. Hey, Stickman is with us.
Oh, hey, Stickman.
Yeah, me and Ryan grew up just kind of exploring the woods out there and shit, running around in the woods.
Did you know Ryan? Because you know Ryan, you've known him for decades. Did you
Oh,
know
yeah.
him when you were a child?
No, Ryan and I met, I think, in our late teens. He was early teens. I was late teens, I think, around that time. Yeah.
And what trouble did you two get up to?
Oh, God, you don't want to know.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
No, actually, we were both pretty level-headed kids. Neither one of us ever got in any real trouble. We were too smart to actually get caught. I mean, we never got in any real trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, mostly we're talking summertime and childhood and stuff. This wasn't early childhood, but at that time, I had been taking taekwondo lessons for a little while. So I had been taking martial arts for a little while. And Ryan and I started practicing taekwondo in the evenings. I needed somebody to practice with at home. And we had been hanging out. I think he used to come in the video store that I was working in. That was my first job as a teenager. I worked in a video store. That tells you how old I am right there. Nobody else knows what a video store is anymore.
I also worked. My first job was working in a video
isn't that fucking
store.
Crazy. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I was working in the video store there, and Ryan would come in with this group of kids that was always stealing shit off the counter. They would try to steal.
What?
They would try
Like
to
candy
steal
bars and stuff?
Yeah, they try to steal the candy bars and shit. And one time, Ryan was like, "Hey, man, this dude's cool. Don't be stealing from him. What the fuck?" And I was like, well, shit, look here. This boy's got some sense. And because like we rented video game systems, and it was partly sales tactic, but my boss would allow us to set up gaming systems and let the neighborhood kids come in and play them, because then they're like, Mom, I played this new game and it was fun.
Will you
Can
buy
we
it
get
for me? Will you buy it for me?
Exactly. Or will you rent it from our store?
Right.
So, yeah. So we had these game systems set up, and the kids would come in and play them and shit. And Ryan was like, "Hey, man, don't be stealing from this dude. We fucking sit here and play video games all day in this place. Don't piss the guy off." And so anyway, that's when we started hanging out.
Aw.
Oh, we need to say hi to Aiden. What's up, Aiden?
Hey, Aiden.
Come on in, man. Doing
Hi.
homework. In China, you were doing homework. Fuck all, man.
I would say Heidi's comment, a personal favorite hobby was running through the forest pretending I was Pocahontas, singing and looking for animals to become friends with.
Oh, it's
my
adorable.
God, that is the sweetest fucking thing. That is the sweetest thing.
I mean, you saw the picture she posted on our Discord when she went to the zoo recently.
Yeah. You're still trying to be friends
Still
with
trying
animals,
to be
aren't
friends
you?
with the animals? Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, is it James? You were 13 when you came over. Okay. Wow. That's fucking wild, man. I can't imagine being that the formative years there and going through a major cultural change
China
like that. It's
to
fucking
England.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Stickman says we always lived in moderate-sized towns or small cities, but for a lot of my childhood, our house backed up to the woods. Oh, nice. So I spent all summer playing in the woods with my friends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the kind of childhood like I didn't have, but we had similar things like my neighborhood. There was an alley behind our house, and all of the kids would
That
like.
counts as wilderness,
We were just
right?
like, yeah, it kind of did. There was like we would run around in there, and there were like patches of nettles which sting you
Ooh,
and
oh
hurt.
my,
and,
yeah. That's
so it was
adventurous,
like,
yeah.
it was like dangerous. There was the dangerous wilds, but it was like safe because we were right next to the house.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder with my kiddo, like, where is his, wooded area? Where is his alley? Where is his,
Oh, yeah.
playground going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to say hi to Mega Man, the Blue
Mega Man.
Lion.
Hey,
Hey, Mega Man.
Welcome in, bud. What you up to tonight? What was your? All right, so are you originally from Texas, Mega Man? I know you said you're living in the Fort Worth area now. Are you originally from there? So your summers may have been similar to mine. Shit, similar to me and Ryan, actually.
James says I spent a few summers doing Duke of Edinburgh Awards. Remember those, Claire? I don't actually know what those are. I was not academically pressured as a child. I wish I had been. But it sounds like your parents maybe were, making you do homework and whatnot. So I don't know what the Duke of Edinburgh Award is, but is it like an academic thing? I don't know what that is.
You're more culturally more British than Chinese, yeah. I mean, coming over at that age compared to your age now, yeah. That's got to be almost half your life, at least half your life? No, half your life, something like that.
Oh, Stickman, family vacations were only ever driving to visit
siblings.
family.
Yeah.
My dad is one of 7, and my mom is one of 3.
That, yeah.
I have like 25 cousins.
Good Lord.
Something like that.
I don't even know.
My parents were both the black sheep of their respective sides of the family.
families, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It would be. It would
we did go visit. We had a lot of. My mom's mom was very guilt trippy.
Oh,
She kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
she wasn't a bad person, but she wasn't a good person.
Yeah.
She was not a very good mother, I don't think, when my mom
Like
was
some
little.
people,
She's told
emotional
me-
manipulation is just how they do things.
Yeah, she's told me some
Right.
like kind of mean thing. My grandma was just kind of like a little bit mean. And my granddad, my mom's dad, was amazing.
It's a
He was
sweetheart,
just,
yeah.
fucking, I love that guy. I called him Dandar. That was my nickname
It's
for him.
adorable.
He was my Dandar. He was my only granddad because my other granddad died before I was born. My dad's dad. So anyway, so I like my Dandar, my granddad, and his wife, my grandma. She was just kind of a little bit mean, but she would guilt trip my mom into going to see her, and she would collect. So they lived in this town called Retford, and there was the Retford Times, which was the local newspaper. My mom moved out of there when she was 18. Never went back. Didn't give a shit about the town. Didn't really, care about local news. But my grandma would save up the weekly Retford Times. It was a once a week publication. She would save them for my mom because she said, "Oh, I know you want to read them. I know you want to keep up on them." And then it was like, "Oh, well, I've saved up 8 of them, which means you haven't been here for 8 weeks. So you should come visit because I have 8 Retford Times saved up
Yeah.
for you."
This is how I've been marking your performance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've got 14 Retford Times. When
haven't
are you
been here
come in
yet.
to pick them up and spend the day? So yeah, we would get guilt tripped into going up there every couple months, every 2 or 3 months. And it was like an hour and a half drive each way. So it wasn't a short trip. We would have to go, it was like a whole day thing. But it was right. I got to see Dandar and listen to his stories
There you
and stuff
go,
about.
yeah.
He would teach me about astronomy, and he would let me help him clean out the fireplace or clean out the fishing pond. He would drive me up and down the garden in the wheelbarrow, put me in the wheelbarrow, and he'd run
Hell
up and
yeah.
down the garden with me.
Right. Hell, we do that with your kiddo, right?
Yeah, he would tell me how to kill an ant's nest, all sorts of cool stuff. And then we go on walks. There was a place just a couple streets over that was like and now it's a fucking housing estate, but back then it was just like a wilderness area, and there was a quarry. I think you had to like skirt around the quarry to get to the wilderness area. But we go on these like long afternoon walks, and it was just it was really cool. And he was really into kingfishers. The birds, and there was a river there that had kingfishers in, and now every time I see a kingfisher, I think of my granddad.
Yeah.
And those early parts of my childhood where we would go on those walks, because pretty soon, like, I don't know, I must have been 8 or so when they started tearing down that nature area to build like houses and
to put
factories and
bullshit
blah blah
in there.
blah.
Yeah, right.
Fucking bullshit.
Wow. Is what it is.
Do you have anything like that from your childhood where it's like something when your early childhood you had something cool and then it changed into like with
Not really.
industrialization or building
Yeah,
housing or whatever?
Not really. Not that I can think of, because a lot of the stuff that we would go and do for fun, we would go and do stuff like my dad was into hot rods and classic cars. So he actually worked for many years of his life building and restoring like hot rod, badass cars. And also the later years of his life, he worked on airplanes as well. He started restoring like aircraft and stuff as well, like World War II aircraft and shit.
Hence the shark mouth in your...
Hence, that is a big part of why I keep that World War II shark mouth. I've always thought it was cool, but it is kind of significant to me as well. But my dad and my brother both worked on a World War II airplane that is currently in the Royal Air Force Museum in London.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I want to go there and see
They
it.
worked on that plane. They did the paint job on it. My brother did some of the fucking trim and paint work on that plane that's
so
in,
cool.
in the museum right now. But yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that we were into. My dad was all about hot rods and airplanes and stuff like that. So we would go to car shows and we would go to air shows and we would go to aircraft museums and car museums and stuff like that, and space museums because space flight space flight that counts.
Oh my God, my granddad and his oldest son, my mom's older brother, were both mad into astronomy and space, and they had a friend. What was his name? Uncle somebody. It was he wasn't an uncle. He was just a friend.
That was the name.
He was a
Uncle
friend.
so-and-so. Yeah.
It was a friend of my uncle. So we also called him Uncle somebody, whatever, like Uncle Simon or whatever. And it was always Uncle Simon who'd been to the moon. That was what we called him, Uncle Simon who'd been to the moon, or whatever his name was. He had not been to the moon. That it was somehow a running joke because he was so into astronomy and space flight and stuff like that. We joked that he loved it so much that he must have been to the moon. Shit, I can't remember his name. That's making me really sad that I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
And I think he was just a friend of my uncle, just some dude that they had like an astronomy club, and they were all fucking nerds, and I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and that's where I get a big part of my enjoyment of stuff like that. Like hot rod cars and stuff wasn't necessarily my thing, but I love like fighter jets and stuff. So I always liked going to the air shows. Like we've seen the Blue Angels fly a few times, if y'all are familiar with those, like Precision Aircraft Group, Precision Flight Group. But yeah, anyway, so that's the kind of shit we were doing when we were kids. Aiden is heading out, and who else? Stickman has his movie is starting. All right, cool.
I saw James's comment. Kingfishers helped the development of bullet trains. How, like, in terms of studying the physics of how they move, how aerodynamic they are?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm going to look into that. James says, I spent a lot of teenage summers going to the local cinema and watching movies. That's what turned me into the arts of movies. Awesome.
Their beaks.
Oh.
Wild.
Crazy. Kingfishers are cool.
Yeah.
Just such cute birds as well.
So I was thinking about this while we were out on the lake today, James. You might get a kick out of this. One of the favorite bits of it is it's a simple device. It's that flotation device that goes behind the boat, the lily pad, they call it. And I know some of your research was on what the strength of lily pads, was it not? Their ability, like how much weight they can bear or something, if I recall correctly. But yeah, so that was like our favorite bit was even Claire's little man. He's a little uncertain about water right now. He's
done swimming lessons, but he hasn't learned to swim.
Yeah.
He's just learned to get in the water and enjoy it. And it didn't honestly go over that well.
Yeah.
And the other kid that we were with, who's the same age as my kiddo, he's had the same experience where he's done a swim lesson. It was kind of like uninspiring. You know, it's like, okay, we got in the pool, but there was no real fun to it. So they got their life jackets on today and they got to play on this big
fucking lily pad. Yeah, it was just a giant foam pad.
That was awesome.
That was one of my favorite things about it.
I even got on it, and I hate water.
She did. She doesn't even like getting out on the water. But that's exactly where I was going with that is little man is, he's a little uncertain about water right now. He's not a cannonball off the side of the boat into the lake kind of kid yet. But that lily pad floating behind the boat, it allowed him to feel so comfortable with it that he would jump right off the back of the boat
onto the lily pad, and then he would cruise around. We weren't going anywhere; we were anchored the whole time, but it was kind of
drifting
moving
and,
in the water, and I would get in there and hang on to it and kind of swim around and make it move and stuff, and get on the lily pad with him, and it would make a big puddle of water in the middle where I was sitting because he'd want to splash.
And he had
in
like
that.
a little squirt gun thing,
squirt foam toy thing, yeah. But yeah, I thought you might find that interesting, James. The lily pad behind the boat was one of my favorite bits of the day, and it allowed someone who's not comfortable in water and a kiddo that's not comfortable around water were both able to get out there and have a fucking blast on the water because of a fucking giant lily pad.
Fucking awesome. Really awesome. Oh, I was thinking about this this flashlight that I have on screen right now. It's my kiddo's.
Yeah.
It has these little detachable little covers on the front. You can see that as like a little campfire, so you can make little shadows on the wall. And camping is something that I love. I never really got to do it when I was a kid because my mom and my dad just don't ever go camping. My mom's not into it. My dad's not into it. We never did it. Our idea of roughing it was going to like a hotel or whatever cheap motel in France as we were driving down to the south of France that maybe had a shared bathroom. That was our idea of roughing it. So we never got to go camping, but I absolutely love camping now.
Yeah.
And I wish I'd done it more as a kid, and I do want to do more camping. Like, I haven't done it in a few years. Have you done much camping, and will you come camping with me? And can we do Days Gone Com next year as a camping trip?
No camping trip for Days Gone Com. No. Just because, some of our folks may be like, I'm kidding. Yeah, some folks may have mobility challenges, stuff like that. So
I may just not want to go camping.
I may just not want to go camping. Yeah, but no.
Like travel across the country or from another country to the US and come sleep in a tent.
Outside Denver
with mosquitoes.
Wait, that sounds like you're just part of the homeless population, actually. That doesn't sound like much fun. So anyway, no. Shit. What
camping.
Were we doing?
Did you go camping?
No, not really. I've been camping a few times. Never anything serious. A state park with a couple of tents, stuff like that. Nothing serious.
Ryan's telling you a joke. Have you ever had sex while camping? It's fucking intense.
Intense.
Fucking intense.
Yeah, or on logs or, just whatever. But oh, wait. You're sorry.
Did you
baby wipe showers? Yeah.
Were you ever in like the Boy Scouts or anything like that?
No. It's interesting myself. No, I was not, but two of my best friends that I spent a lot of time with were both Eagle Scouts, which is like fucking Marine Corps Boy Scouts or something. I don't know. But they were, they were good kids, and I learned a lot from hanging out with them. We would spend a lot of time in the woods fucking shit up,
Yeah.
Glamping. What is glamping?
It's like glamorous camping. It's where you have like your proper bed and everything, but it's like in a real nice tent with electricity, and it's like you're sleeping outdoors, but you're in like a bedroom in a tent, basically. Like your bedroom, as comfortable as your bedroom is in a tent.
Now, I'd love to do one of those. It's like a pyramid made out of glass or something. Just like the little. It's like a camping.
Hot.
No, it's like cold places, like where you can see the sky. It's like for viewing the stars and stuff. And like cold places, viewing the aurora borealis and the Milky Way and stuff like
Literally
that.
to sleep under the stars
in cold places, but you're encased in like a open camping.
Can I tell the story about how I nearly died camping one time?
All right.
Well, actually, there's two stories about how I've nearly died several times while camping. From hypothermia. So the first time I went camping with my ex, it was our first like vacation together, and we didn't have a tent; we had a tarp.
Oh God!
And I was down for this.
Yeah,
and we went.
You would have been.
Oh fuck yeah! We went to the Mojave. What?
It just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, we're gonna sleep under a tarp in the motherfucking Mojave.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, exactly. So we get that. We actually
was it fucking intense?
Was it?
Well, no, because we didn't have a tent.
Oh,
We
yeah,
just had,
right.
it was fucking in tops. So we got there we somehow were late. I don't think we were late leaving. I think we got held up in traffic, and we got there late after dark when a storm was rolling in.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about the
that's-
Mojave is it's a little bit dark.
Mhm.
And the thing about storms is they block out any moonlight,
No
or
moonlight, no
ambient
starlight.
light. Yeah.
All you get is lightning.
So no, we
light.
didn't. We
If
didn't even
that.
have that. We had rain.
Oh, nice.
So it was rainy and windy, and we had a tarp. We should have just slept in the car. We decided to turn over a picnic bench,
yeah.
so
Oh, shit.
upend
All
a
right.
picnic
Okay.
bench to
Yeah, all
use
right.
as like some sort of like height kind of anchor, and we basically made the tarp into kind of a C shape. So we had a roof,
Right.
and then it folded under
Under
for
you,
what
so
we were
the water
sleeping
will
on.
completely roll off of you. Ideally.
I set up my side wrong. I know physics. I understand how water works. I understand how the order of things and how you want the rainwater to fall over and away from what you are sleeping on. I managed to get it wrong in a hustle
Oh,
to-
of course, yeah, because you were in a hurry.
to build this thing, and also we hadn't eaten, and we
Oh,
wanted to like
shit, yeah.
make hot dogs over a fire and shit like that.
Not in that weather.
We built the fire under the top. It worked out. It was fine.
Okay. Well, cool.
But I woke up several hours later, and I don't know if a piece of it had like flapped down or what had happened, but all of a sudden I was very aware of the entire side of I was wearing a hoodie. The entire side of the hoodie where I'd been sleeping on my side was soaking wet with ice cold water.
Yeah.
Ice fucking cold. It was
Yeah.
cold. It was
Because that's
below
the thing
zero.
about deserts. At night, they get cold
Yeah,
sometimes.
it was.
yeah.
I say below zero. That's Celsius. It was below freezing
Sure.
at this point,
Right.
or close to. I was fucking freezing, and I woke up and I was just like, "Oh god, this is really bad.
Hypothermia
this is
bad.
really
Hypothermia
bad."
Sure.
So I woke up the guy I was with and was like, I'm in trouble. Help, please." And so he got me back to the car, and we walked back to the car, and I got stripped off all the wet clothes, got some fresh clothes on, and we were good, and everything was fine. We slept in the car for the last few hours,
Couple
until,
hours to warm up.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
But the walking from the tent, the top, to the car, it was we were like maybe 50 yards away or whatever, and it was the storm had passed, and it was this beautiful,
Oh wow! I bet
absolutely
that would be
beautiful,
incredible.
clear sky, all the stars, the moon was out.
Oh fuck yeah!
It
man.
was gorgeous. And then I remember looking down and seeing on the path in front of me this little mouse, desert mouse with these massive ears
Mhm.
and this really long tail, this weird little mouse just like running around, just doing his nighttime mousy things. Absolutely. Like it's burned into my brain.
Surreal almost.
It was
yeah.
surreal, and
Sure.
it was beautiful, and it was this perfect like capsule of time, this moment that I will never forget, and I will never be able to relive. And I in the moment I was aware of like how fucking cold I was, and how dangerous it was to be that cold. Like it was legit. Like you should
Yeah,
not be this
that's
cold.
hypothermia bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
sure,
was like
sure.
I think it was April.
That is a serious medical emergency.
Yeah,
Bad.
it was April, so it wasn't like middle of winter, but it was still April in
Sure.
the high
in the
desert.
you
It's
were
not
wet,
warm.
You know, you were
Yeah.
cold, wet, cold, all that. Yeah, probably out in the wind or whatever.
Yeah,
sure.
I know
sure.
it was still.
Oh, just perfectly
it
still
was
after the
still,
storm
everything.
broke. Yeah,
it
sure.
was like everything just hushed. It was so fucking perfect. I will never forget it.
That's so cool. Yeah.
You want me to tell the other story about how I almost died camping one time?
Let's say hello to MXT Gaming
Oh,
first.
hey, MXT.
Yeah, what's up, man? Welcome in.
Let me take another sip of my whiskey.
Oh my.
Oh.
James, mad dogs fighting right beside your head. Good Lord. Just sleeping there in the sand in a desert
what?
in India.
What?
Yeah, desert in northern India. Just sleeping there in the sand. Wake up with mad dogs fighting right beside your head
Holy shit.
and nearly shat himself. He nearly shatnered himself.
One time I was camping up in Topanga Canyon in California, and we were warned that the campsite was closed because there was a mountain lion, and we were like, "Nah, it's fine."
Huh.
And this isn't the story I was going to tell. This is a different story. And my ex, who I was with, same guy, he slept with a hammer under his pillow and didn't really sleep all night because he was listening out for the mountain lion. I slept like a baby. I was so unafraid. I was like, yeah, it's a mountain lion. It's fine. It's not going to get us. And it didn't. But yeah, the other time I almost died was when I went camping in November. So this was around Thanksgiving. So end of November, Thanksgiving week in Rachel, Nevada, which if anyone knows their Area 51 shit, you know what Rachel, Nevada is. For those who don't know, it is a small town, population 61, probably gone down since then, right near Area 51. It's literally the only town that is close to Area 51.
All right.
It's still about a few miles away from the edge of Area 51. And you can drive this like long ass gravel road to kind of get to the edge of Area 51, which you're not allowed to cross into Area 51 or you will be shot. And I definitely felt the little laser points in the middle of my forehead as we were right at the edge of the border when we drove up to kind of have a look. But yeah, we spent a couple days there and we camped. I'm sorry, one night we spent in the Alien, which is a really kitschy, cool little alien-themed gas station, diner, convenience store, motel, and video rental place. Literally the only place where you can buy anything. I think when they run out of gas, the nearest gas place where you can get gas is like 40 miles away. So it's like, don't run out of gas. Make sure you have a full tank before you go to Rachel. Like, fill up when you're 40 miles away. But yeah, we decided to spend our second night there camping up in the mountains. And there's this elevation about 6,000 feet. End of November, almost December, in the desert. It was a little bit cold. We had a tent and sleeping bags that are rated for below freezing. We still nearly died. We both got some sort, I don't fucking know. We both got woken up in the night, absolutely out of our minds. I thought that the shiny foil blankets that's supposed to help you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put one of those on me. I thought it was trying to kill me, so I took it off because I was convinced it was actively trying to kill me.
Yeah, okay,
that's how legit. Yeah. I was having that thought of this blanket that is designed to help me defeat hypothermia. This blanket is actively trying to murder me, so I should not use it. Mm-hmm. And then my ex thought that there were aliens or like Men in Black walking around the car. We ended up sleeping in the car.
So what drugs were y'all on again?
None. We were not on. This was just the cold.
Oh, wow.
The cold
okay, yeah.
got to us.
Hypothermia.
Yeah. He was hallucinating lights around the car and thought that people were coming to get us. And I was actively not using the space blanket because I thought it was trying to kill us. Yeah, so luckily we decided to sleep in the car, and we would wake up every hour or so to turn the engine back on, warm it up.
I remember you telling
turn
me
it
about
off,
that. Yeah,
go back
run
to
the car a
sleep.
bit to get some heat in it. Yeah, damn.
That was crazy. Have you ever died nearly camping? Nearly died camping?
No. Most of my near-death incidents were less ill-advised. They were things that were more out of my control.
Would you like to tell any stories?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Would anyone in the chat like to tell any stories about camping? Near-death experiences or otherwise? What else we got? You read out James's comment about camping in India.
Yeah. I checked on the Discord. I've replied to it on the Discord.
Yeah. Oh, we should mention that Discord.
Heck yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we have a Discord.
Nightbot's got us a link in there right now.
Yeah, good Nightbot.
Good job,
Nightbot. Come join our Discord. Come hang out. Really good conversation when we're not streaming, and even sometimes when we are.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the thing about the Discord there, we initially started that really as more of a place for y'all to hang out when we're not streaming. Like, I see in the chat, folks are having conversations going amongst each other. And, where are you supposed to continue that chat if we're not live? Well, there you go, our Discord. So that's what we initially set that up for. But I'll be honest, man, I've said it before. I don't use much social media, but that Discord, man, that's not social media. That's our community.
Yeah, it's our community.
That's the community that we built. So I don't view that as social media at all, man.
Yeah.
That's just us. That's just us hanging
it's a
out,
place
man.
to hang out.
Yeah. So anyway.
James says, I did get arrested by Burmese police trying to camp under a sacred rock. Damn.
Oh, wow.
Mega Man says, I've had some strange, dark, and mysterious things happen to me. Ever heard of Sasquatch?
Sasquatch.
Ooh, I want to hear those stories,
Fuck
Mega
yeah.
Man.
Okay, well, we've decided what our next episode will be. 2 weeks from today, we'll do. Well, we already did one on like paranormal encounters, though.
Well, we could do like cryptids.
Yeah,
I've actually.
more practical stuff. Like, well, see, I can't. I can't claim to ever have encountered any cryptids, so I don't.
I can't either, but I can talk a lot about them.
Apparently,
one of my specialties.
Apparently, Mega Man has something to say about cryptids.
Yeah. Let's
yeah.
do cryptids and yeah.
Yeah, we can just talk about
Things
shit
like that.
like shit that we think is creepy. Think that we think of shit that we might be real. Might actually be real or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Skinwalkers. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan met Santa Claus.
Yeah, was he drunk? Did you sit on his lap? Yeah. All right, folks. So I can feel myself flagging a little bit. It has been a long day. We were out on the lake. It was hot. I was swimming. I swam for the first time in years, man. But anyway, it's been a good day. It's been an active day. We had a lot of fun. Really glad you folks decided to spend part of your Saturday evening hanging out with us, man. For real. Thank you for being here.
I feel like I'm doing do you remember the Mysterons? The Captain Scarlet? It may be in a British thing.
Mm-mm.
There was this this TV show. What was the name of the more popular TV show that Team America kind of does the parody of, like the little puppets? Fuck, you don't know. Anyway, there was this TV show when I was a kid called Captain Scarlet, and they had the Mysterons, which were like these weird enemies that had these glowing circles that would move over the set, and it would say, "This is the voice of the Mysterons." I've lost you. Anyway, never mind.
Yeah, I'm flagging. I really am. I'm flagging.
Everyone go have fun. Enjoy your Saturday night. We will be back with another Feedback Loop Arcade 2 weeks from today. So whatever date that is, 2 weeks from today, Saturday, 2 weeks from today.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly 2 weeks from today.
I'm streaming on the 8-Bit Terror channel on Monday, 1 p.m. Mountain, doing Aliens Dark Descent. And Rex, you're back on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain.
Not likely. Next week, I'm not likely to be streaming.
You're not streaming on Tuesday?
Maybe Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday is the best I can offer.
Tuesday's a possible, probable stream date.
Tuesday is the best I can offer. It might
Wednesday,
happen.
Thursday, Friday, you will not be streaming.
No, I will be undergoing radiation treatment.
You are actually quarantined.
Yeah, I will be quarantined while being irradiated for my cancer treatment.
You're literally going to be glowing in the dark.
Be glowing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, like that.
All right, so lots of luck for that.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. It is what it is.
Well, thank you to everyone for hanging out with us tonight. We definitely appreciate all you guys being here in the chat. Yeah, that's it. That's it from us. Rex is yawning. It's been a long day.
Sorry.
This little kiddo needs a nap.
Yeah.
It's his bedtime.
All right. Hey, for real, thank y'all for being here with us tonight. I had a fucking blast, man. And I'll probably see y'all Tuesday night. We'll sign off for a little while on Tuesday. That's it, man. That's all I got. Good night, everybody. Love you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks, Mega Man. We'll see y'all later.